The talking, nagging, lucha watching, puro viewing, indie supporting, drinking, cursing son of a gun of a podcast. Join former pro wrestler and promoter Dave Dynasty and co-host Ike Isaacs as they talk wrestling and interview those within the business, bringing positivity back to pro wrestling. This is the Dave Dynasty Show.
Greetings and welcome to the Dave Dynasty Show. This is your host, Dave Dynasty. Thank you for joining us however you do, whether you're joining us through iTunes, SoundCloud, or YouTube. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Rate and review us on iTunes. That really helps us out. Visit DaveDynasty.com for all of our social media links. And the best way to help us out is to go to ProWrestlingTees.com and order a shirt. While you're at DaveDynasty.com, you can also visit all of our sponsors who help and support this show. Please do so. Once again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for supporting independent wrestling. Thank you for supporting Indiana wrestling. We have a great episode today featuring Have Mercy Percy Davis, a great young star from Indiana. On today, we have more wisdom from Mance Warner. So let's get to it. What do you say? Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll have that interview with Have Mercy Percy Davis, so stick around.
Visit LuchaMaskUSA.com for official high-quality Lucha masks and merchandise, straight from the luchadors themselves. They have a huge and always growing inventory, so check back often. That's LuchaMaskUSA.com.
And welcome back to the Dave Dynasty Show. Today, I am joined with a fantastic talent, Have Mercy Percy Davis. How are we doing today?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, man, no problem at all. Just really glad to have you on here. Me and Dave are big fans, so pretty pumped. So we're just going to hit the ground running here. So where are you from, Percy?
Well, that's a pretty long-winded answer. I get that a lot.
Okay.
I was born in Jacksonville, Florida, and my mother is actually a retired Navy veteran. So I've actually been all over Europe for most of my life, and finally we've settled down here in Lafayette, Indiana.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, though. That's pretty interesting. So then, do you remember a lot of Europe? Is that somewhere you went to school at or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. I went to school there on 2 military bases, one located in Sigonella, Sicily, and another one located in Iceland.
Oh, wow, Iceland.
Yeah. That's the one that usually get people. Like, Sigonella, people are like, oh, that's off the coast of Italy, so that sounds pretty okay. And then Iceland's just the dramatic drop-off point.
So, did you play sports in Europe? Or did you do any kind of activities like that? Or was that... Because a lot of wrestlers, they do have kind of a history of, sports of some sort. So I didn't know if that was something you did over there or not.
Strangely enough, I was not the athletic kid at all. I tried my hand in boxing at 16, just a few amateur just bouts and such and some training, but I never really made anything of it. I was just a theater kid for most of high school.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do recall that, kind of some of your matches I've seen incorporated sort of a boxing gimmick into your in-ring persona.
Yeah, when I was originally in training, Billy asked us the same question. I was trained by Billy Rock. He asked us, everybody, like, what's their athletic background and such? And some people have, like, MMA backgrounds, and I told him I had a small just dabbing in boxing and such, and so we just thought we'd implement that because it's like a mix of both my basics in boxing as well as my love for the Rocky series.
Absolutely. Rocky's a great movie. I love Rocky. What's your favorite one?
Hilariously enough, it used to be the third one until Creed came out recently, and now Creed's my favorite Rocky movie. And it's not even a Rocky movie. That's the best part.
No, Creed's probably, I would have to agree with that. Creed's probably one of the best Rocky movies, maybe other than the first one, I think, of all time, personally.
Totally agree with you on that.
Billy Rock is kind of famous for his school rock.
I'll give you a little bit more backstory on how I got into wrestling. I didn't get into wrestling until really late, until about 2008. Okay. And even when I watched it was kind of on and off and such. But eventually it just piqued my interest because I got into the height of it about 2011 and 12 when I was about to graduate and such. So I just started, just searching the internet, just scrolling around, seeing, is there any local wrestling? Is this a thing that just a normal person can do and, learn the business, I guess.
Yeah.
And Billy Rock was the first page that like popped up. It was Billy Rock, and then the nearest one other was OVW. And so I went to his web page and such, and I looked at it, saw all of his like guest trainers and such, just to make sure that like, oh, this is a legitimate thing. So this is something I can actually achieve. And then 1 year after graduation, I just started up this crazy journey that was the training at the School of Rock, and it was really an amazing experience because, like I said, I had no athletic background. So going in, I was 230 pounds and not an ounce of muscle on me. And just everything he put us through, from the drills and the motivational speeches and just the weather being just blistering cold or just boiling hot, like through it all, I actually kind of discovered I really like this fitness thing and that wrestling's this beautiful, in-depth thing. And it was just amazing because by the time I was done with it, still didn't put on any muscle, but I dropped all the way down to 185 pounds just from his training.
Oh, wow. So that's probably a pretty drastic
yeah,
change.
it was definitely, I had to buy a few new pants and such.
I imagine you would. So then obviously when you wrestle with Billy Rock, obviously things are kind of different in the new age wrestling, but you taught anything like kayfabe or anything like that?
Oh, Billy gives you the whole 9 miles about it. He teaches you from the ground up. He teaches you just how to take a bump, wrestling, the psychology behind it, the marketing, the backstage etiquette. That's the most important thing he's instilled in us, is respect, because the motto for the School of Rock itself was respect is second nature. So that's one of the common tropes that I see with all of the School of Rock graduates, that backstage and how we present ourselves to promoters and other wrestlers and such is just very professional, because that's what we're here for, to be professional wrestlers.
Absolutely. So then when you were in School of Rock, first of all, School of Rock has produced some of the greatest wrestlers that this side of the country has ever seen, I think. So there's been some really great people come in and out there. Was there anybody that you trained with at School of Rock that you want to give a shout-out to or anything?
My class was really is really weird, because both of the gentlemen that I trained with, neither one of them are currently wrestling right now. So so it's really a shame that, and it sucks too, because you just form this camaraderie with them, because one of them, Oscar, he wrestles as D'Angelo Sosa. He's just one of my really close friends, but he just stopped doing it for a while. And it's just, you just form it through 10 months of just grueling work, and then you see it all pay off finally, and then somebody doesn't follow it. So sometimes it's heartbreaking, but I know he's one of my friends. Like, he's one of the best friends I could ever have. So that was a beautiful thing about the training as well. Yeah,
absolutely. That's also obviously unfortunate here, but at least out of that class we did get Percy Davis. So, so definitely. So obviously you had to go through training, and obviously Billy Rock, I've heard this from so many people, that he was kind of, like you said, grueling would be a good word to explain it. But what was your first match? What was that like?
My first match was October 26th, and it was in Lafayette, Indiana. It was actually at the Tippecanoe Fairgrounds, I believe, and it was against Matt Russo, another gentleman who he's a graduate of the School of Rock as well, had a really hot start and stuff like that. He moved away and such, and he's doing very well. He's doing a lot of powerlifting and stuff and taking care of his family. But he and I were paired up together because I had a boxing gimmick and he had a catch wrestling gimmick. So they put us together as the catch wrestler versus the boxer, the striker in the ground game and such. And it was just a very fun interaction, I guess. I remember being scared out of my mind and such. Big debut, doing this for the first time in front of people.
Yeah, definitely. So then where you said that was in Lafayette? What promotion was that at?
It was actually just the Class Wars promotion, because Billy Rock would always do this for all of his students, is you are guaranteed a match at the end of your graduation, and he usually runs either Class Wars, and it's supposed to showcase the debuting talents against some of his own other students or any of the other veterans of Indiana, to just help us on our way and guide us into this business.
Yeah, absolutely. definitely. I think that's actually really cool because I think I've seen some videos and stuff like that, and obviously, unfortunately, for people who don't know, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
Billy Rock
last
actually
year
closed
he
down
did
his
retire officially. He and Trip Cassidy, Tim, had their final match together, and it was a really beautiful experience. Very bittersweet for most of us, but it all kind of worked out though, because now we all went our separate ways. All of us still keep in contact and such, but everybody finally, like, at that part started, like, finding their niche wrestling and such. Like, I finally understood Mikey. Trip Cassidy is doing his Blue-Eyed Devil gimmick everywhere. He's blowing up as well. As well as Heidi Lovelace is wrestling as Ruby Riott in NXT. As soon as the retirement ceremony happened, she was signed by the WWE right after that. And that's just an amazing thing for Billy himself to just know his legacy is living on in so many other people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think his legacy is definitely it's hitting strong still. So, also right now, one of the things about independent wrestling is that there's so many great things. There's so many great in and outs of independent wrestling. But to you, what is the best and worst part about being in independent wrestling?
The best and worst part about being in independent wrestling.
Yep. It's a mouth.
I would have to say the best and the worst thing are tied together, because wrestling is this just beautiful art form that we all just have the privilege of being a part of. And when it's done well, when everything melts together, when there's respect and there's good wrestlers and the fans are just excited and just enjoying every minute of it, and they're buying T-shirts, they're posting music videos, they're doing they're breaking out of their shell. When the fans is all about it, it's this beautiful experience, wrestling as a whole better. But when it's done wrong and there's people that are in it just for themselves, they don't care about the brotherhood, they don't care about the fans, they just care about the money or whatever egotistical idea they have in their head about themselves, when they just drag it down, that's just not fun for anybody. And the most important thing about pro wrestling that we were taught from Billy Rock, besides respect, is that wrestling's supposed to be fun. We're just goofy human beings dressing up in tights, beating each other up. We have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely agree with that. So yeah, definitely. And I think, like you said, independent wrestling, I think a lot of it is a double-edged sword, because sometimes if it's swung right, it's great, and when it's not swung right, it's pretty drastic, I think.
Exactly.
So, as well, though, speaking specifically on your career, you've heard some of the top promotions out there. So, for you, what is your top highlight of your career?
Top highlight of my career. I never really gave it any thought. It's just been a privilege all in all, because when I first started, I had the opportunity of riding around with Heidi, and it was some of the best experience I ever got before in my life. I was able to wrestle for IWA Mid-South, AAW up in Chicago. On my 1-year anniversary, I wrestled a dark match for Smash Wrestling up in Canada, and to me, that was just mind-blowing to know that 1 year in, and I got to wrestle in Canada, and just from trying my best and listening to what everyone told me and just grinding away until I got what I wanted. And I can't pinpoint one exact thing yet, because as of right now, my career has just been this whirlwind so far, and I've just enjoyed just blowing with the wind, I guess.
And that's perfectly fine, definitely. And like you said, you've been very successful. You've done a lot of great things, so I think it would definitely be hard to pinpoint that.
Yeah, I was just being real goofy about it, just thinking about, like, where have I wrestled? What have I done? And I think I'm up to 11 states, 2 countries, and 33 promotions or such. And I don't know, it's just really crazy. I put it like in numbers. I'm like, oh, I've been here, I've been there, and it's just really just ridiculous to see.
That's a good thing, though. But adding to that list will obviously just make you even more of a credible performer than you already are. So that's always the good news.
Just trying my best.
Exactly. So obviously, you've obviously probably seen and wrestled a lot of great talents, a lot of young talents who are kind of getting the mix now. You've also probably traveled around with a lot of people. So who's the craziest travel companion you've ever had? You know,
Dale
I was
Patrick's
honestly disappointed to say
hands down.
that, but because I talked to Dale Patrick. We've had him on here before, I think, and he's talked to, Ace Perry talked about him, and so many other people talked about him. They always say that he does the craziest shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he is a literal nutcase. Which, funny enough, though, so is Ace Perry if you catch him on the right days. So riding around with them, because they were one of my primary car loads when I was first getting into the business. Riding around with them is an event in and of itself. Like, when you're like, oh, okay, let's see who am I with. I'm with them, and I'm with Dale and Perry. So tonight is about to be crazy.
So can you tell us a funny road story about them?
Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Which one do I want to tell? I think one of the best ones was us riding back from IWA Mid-South a long time ago, like my first year in. And we pulled over to a gas station, and we are in the middle of nowhere. And I mean nowhere. And the best part about going to this rickety-looking marathon is when we finally get there and we look at it, and the open sign's light is on. But it is not open. It is locked. There's no way for us to get in. There's no way for us to get gas. So we're just standing there looking around, and we're just like, all right, we need to go. And immediately, the best thing about this is the instigator for the entire thing is Tripp. Tripp sees a mound of gravel that just happens to be on the side of it for road construction reasons. And he asks Dale to let him body slam him into the gravel. And
Oh my God.
without missing a beat, Dale runs it into Tripp's arms and lets him body slam him into this gravel. And there's just dust and rocks flying everywhere. And I don't know. That was the first time I ever saw him do anything crazy. So imagine a scared young Percy Davis just looking on and just letting this happen. Why?
Oh my gosh. Like I said, I mean, I heard crazy stories about Dale, and like I honestly think he's like just needs to make write a book or something about some weird stuff that he did.
Goodness, he just needs to be a comic book, and someone needs to follow him around, see what he does, and then just make it into a cartoon in this comic, and they'll sell millions.
So Dale, if you're listening, hit somebody up, get this going. and me, Percy, wants some splashback for that
Yeah,
idea.
just put my name in the bottom right corner. That'll be fine, man.
So, oh man, that's great. But otherwise, something else that we also like on the show, other than getting to hear funny stories, we like to hear some fun facts about people we interview. So one thing we always ask is, what is one thing that most fans don't know about you?
What is one thing most fans don't know about me?
Yes.
Most fans don't know that I've been acting for 7 years, actually.
Okay.
I started in my sophomore year of high school. I did plays and musicals. I've been in Hairspray, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, The Wedding Singer, and most recently I've started actually getting into film and voice acting and such. I had a gig where I voiced a small character, and they took it down, and I have not had any interaction with the gentleman who created it for a while, so hopefully it pays dividends for me, but as of right now, I don't see anything.
Well, hey, at least something you can say you did.
Yeah, I love putting that on my resume. It's like, acting, yeah. Voice acting, yeah. You're in a video game, I guess.
Question. So, then obviously you probably have some pretty good goals for 2017 looking ahead. You probably have wrestling goals and also acting goals, I'm sure. So what are some of your goals for this the rest of this year?
Oh, man. So for the rest of this year is primarily just adding to my resume and such. Like, I'm looking for a lot more seminars and such to go to. The main thing I've wanted to do recently is go back to AAW. I just see so much great talent there. There's always been just amazing talent at AAW. And when I used to wrestle at Rockstar all the time, I remember hearing Dave Christ and his boys talking about it all the time. And now I see Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel up there all the time. And these are guys I used to wrestle with all the time. And it's like, this is amazing watching these just great talented guys up there just tearing it up. And I want to be a part of that. As well as I would love to go to Chikara. Chikara was my biggest goal from the moment I started watching independent wrestling.
Absolutely. That's a good goal. So hopefully one day we will see you in Chikara. I will be looking forward to that. So kind of on that same kind of thought process, do you have like a list of people that you want to work with over the next year?
Oh, absolutely. I did the goofy thing as such, just like everybody else. There was a little trend of, post a list on Facebook and let everybody see it. And the list hasn't even changed either. I don't remember most of it, but I remember many of it. Like the main people I want to wrestle, like my top 5 are Matt Cage before he wrestles, because I have always been a huge Matt Cage fan. Like since the day I met him and just watching him, he's untouchable. He's amazing. I definitely want to tango with Sugar Dunkerton at some point, because he's just one of those guys that when I was trying to understand my character and what I wanted from wrestling, he was one of the guys I watched.
Absolutely.
2 of the other guys I'd love to work with are Eddie Kingston, because Eddie Kingston I met a long time ago when I was first debuted. And I went to one of his seminars, and just everything he said just clicked with me. And just the idea of just working with him would be just a godsend. Let's see, when is it? I lost my train of thought there, just talking about how much Eddie Kingston.
I'm assuming that happens a lot.
Yeah. I really want a rematch with Dave Christ as well, because I had a match with him a long time ago at Rockstar, and just Dave is just one of the best talents just one of the most. He's just a fountain of knowledge. Like I've never met another guy who was that willing to like help me get better and help me understand what I want out of wrestling. Besides Billy, and Billy sang his praises to me while we were in training too. He's like, "Oh yeah, if you ever see Dave Christ on a show, ask him to help you out. Dave's always cool. Dave always helps out." And it was Dave and Jay as a unit, but Dave and I had a little program thing going on when I was in Rockstar, so he's just one of those guys I learned so much from. So he's definitely a guy on my list. So those are the top 4. I can't think of I lied. I just thought of the 5th person. The 5th person has been a guy who also I've been not really emulating, but like, I feel like he integrates some magic, and that's All Ego Ethan Page, because he and I are just both giant rock fanboys, and that's amazing to see.
Absolutely. I could dig that. I think I know what you're talking about too, definitely. So I think I can dig that. All right, so as we kind of wrap this up, though, is there anywhere on social media that your fans can follow
absolutely. You can catch me on Instagram at ohhavemercy Percy Davis. You can catch me on Twitter at ohhavemercypd, because for some reason Percy Davis is already stolen. I don't know how that happened. And then I'm also just on Facebook as Percy Davis. I post funny pictures and make weird faces. It's awesome.
Hey, that's all you need in this world is funny pictures and weird faces.
That's my new T-shirt.
Going around.
Funny pictures, weird faces.
All right. Well, hey, I think that's all the questions, all the stuff I got.
All right, man. Well, hey, thank you so much for having me on this show. I've been wanting to be a part of this podcast for quite a while.
Well, we've always wanted to have you on here. Again, like I said, you're one of our favorite talents around here, and it's incredible to hear you on here. Thanks for coming on here. It's been a legitimate pleasure and an honor.
Oh, thank you so much, man. You have a good one, okay?
Come crack open a cold one and let Old Manser tell you a story.
King of Big Dog Style, Lairton Light Beer, the king of the trailer court, your favorite wrestler of mine, me.
This is Warner's Wisdom with Mance Warner.
All right, people, here we go. It's Old Manser right here on the Dave Dynasty Show. Another edition of Warner's Wisdom. I can't hear on my left ear. I think I'm going deaf right here. So, let me sum it up real quick. It's your favorite wrestler of mine, me, Old Mancer, the king of big dog style, the master of the pop-up headbutt, old Mr. Wackadoo, Larry to Light Beer. You can get that t-shirt over there on the Pro Wrestling Tees website. Go in there, put Old Mancer. You'll find the t-shirt, buy the t-shirt. You look cool. I think I got enough nicknames on here for right now. Old Mancer out here. Why I'm out here talking to you? Hold on now. Let me walk on over here. Grab one of my light beers I got in here in the fridge. Hold on now. All right there, people. Old Mancer back. Had to give me a light beer. A nice, cool, crisp, tasting, refreshing, cold light beer. I ain't going to tell you what light beer I got because I ain't going to put them over if they ain't going to send me free product or they ain't going to give me a little payday, a little green in my white. For you new listeners out there, green in my white means in a white envelope, I want my green money. Sometimes people think that means something else, and it don't. It means green in my white envelope with my green money in it. Now, let me get to the point here on this. Warner's Wisdom, everybody knows it. Old Mancer, Mance Warner, Warner's Wisdom, another edition coming at you from me to you. A little knowledge, a little wisdom. You can take it, you can use it, you can take it, you can do nothing with it. That's on you, brother. Now, last night, Old Mancer, IWA Mid-South, King of the Deathmatch Tournament. In there with Devin Moore, Old Mancer, G Raver, and old timer Jeff King. Hell of a matchup. Hell of a contest. Blood everywhere. When that DVD come out, you people need to go on there and purchase it as soon as possible. I've been told it may be good to go by next week. We'll find out. I'll be posting that on the Instagram, the Twitter, all the business out there. Once it comes out, get it. It's hell of a DVD. Now, on this edition here, I figure it's getting to the summertime. It's getting real nice outside. It's getting nice and hot out there. I'm going to go ahead and give you people some Warner's wisdom on what you could do in the summertime. Right? Simple. Quick. I'm going to get right to the point now. You all know me, I trail off sometimes. Now, I'm going to throw out a little list here Old Mancer been working on. Activities you can do in the summertime, baby. All right, number one. Right there, that's a dramatic pause. Number one on the list is you could go out there and hit people with some wackadoos. I'm just kidding, that ain't number one. Number one. You can go fishing. It's nice outside. Go out there, get on the boat. Maybe you don't got a boat. That's fine. Get a chair. Maybe you don't got a chair. That's cool. Get a trash can lid. Go steal a chair out of someone's yard. I don't know, man. You'll be fine. Go fishing. During this time, when you are fishing, you should have some light beers with you. You have way more fun when you're fishing. You got your music going. Maybe you listen to Leonard Skinner. Maybe you listen to Guns N' Roses. I don't know, that's on you. But what you need to have is some of these light beers with you. All right, so number one, go fishing with your light beers. Number two, drive-in movie. Ain't a lot of these around anymore, but if you could find one, Old Mancer is telling you, go to the drive-in movie. Take your lady out there, take your old lady out there, take your new lady, take your side lady, take whatever lady you go take out there. But don't forget to bring your light beers. They ain't going to check you. Go out there in your truck, throw a couch in the back of it. You can sit on your couch. You can watch the movie. But you got to have your light beers, man. Old Messer, go see the new Alien movie. Because I fought aliens before anyways, man. I want to go see the aliens on the screen, too. I've already killed a couple of them in my time. You know that. Go to the archives, the archives, whatever you call it. Look back in there. There's one of the episodes Old Messer tells you exactly how I was abducted and I had to fight my way off the spacecraft. Now, there's number 2. Go see a drive-in movie. Have your light beers with you. Have your old lady with you, your side lady, whatever you got. It's 2017. You can take a dude out there. It don't matter. Master ain't here to judge, man. I'm here to drink my light beers and give you some knowledge now. Okay. Where are we at on this list? Right here. Okay. Number 3. You can have cookout, right? You go out there, have cookout, make some juicy burgers, make some hot dogs, make some sausages, make some smos at the end of it. That's how I say, you know what I'm talking about. Smos, right? With the marshmallow and the chocolate and the grams. So you grill up them burgers, man. You throw some bacon on there. Grill up them hot dogs. You throw some chili dog sauce on there. Some cheese on there. Chili cheese dog. But you must not forget to have your light beers, man. Gotta have them light beers when you're cooking that. All right, number 4, a big old fire, man. Just hang out, play some music, listen to some music. Cook up. Oh, that's number 3. Cook up. Sorry, I've had a couple light beers. Just make a fire. Get a little fire going in your backyard. Maybe in front of your trailer. Maybe you live in a neighborhood where the cops don't come do nothing. Maybe you start a fire right in the damn road. Ain't no one gonna say nothing. Start a nice little fire, man. And then have your light beers. Because you gotta have them light beers with you. What number are we on here? Number 5? Number 5 or number 6, I can't remember. I got my list here. I got a little beer on it. It's all running now. I can't really read it. So, okay. You start up a fire. You have some light beers. Moving on to the next part of this list here. You've got your cookout. Maybe you got a fire. Go see a movie. You go fishing. Number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are also have to do with, guess what? Light beers. You go on a walk. Go out to a park somewhere. Go on a nice walk. You got to have them light beers. Go to a nice concert. See whatever type of music you into, man. I ain't here to judge. Old Master like country music. I like rock and roll. Maybe you into that, was it techno? Where they just blast lights at your eyes. And they just blast music super loud. But like I said, I ain't here to judge. But I know if old Master goes one of those, I'm gonna pass out. My goodies are gonna kick in, that music gonna be going, and them lights are gonna hit me, and I'm gonna freak out. I can't be freaking out no more. I can't be throwing headbutts on a group of people no more unless it's in a wrestling ring. Because I can't be getting in no more trouble, people. Okay. Go to a concert. You gotta have them light beers, man. Go on a nice walk, a brisk paced walk. You gotta have them light beers. My entire list, as I look at it, I didn't mean it to be this way, but old Master's piecing it together like I'm on an episode of Law and Order. And I'm all iced tea right here, piecing it all together. I guess I'm more like Stabler, really. We both kind of losing our hair. But that's beyond the point. Now to this, what I was saying here. My list that I've compiled all has to do with light beers. My wisdom that I'm dropping on you right now is you have more fun if you're drinking some of these light beers. I ain't going to say the name of the ones I'm drinking because they ain't sponsoring me yet, but at some point they will, and then I'll put them over all time. Meltzer, I'll put them on the board too. I'll tell you how. These light beers are real good, brother. Now, my point is getting the summertime. It's nice out. You need to go outside, have a good time. That's what I'm about to go do right now. I got my light beers in me. But to rein this in at the end here, be safe out there, dummies. Don't go drinking and driving. Oh, the Hulkster told you all that back in 87, 88, 89. On those promos, I remember them. Warrior had a couple of them too. Old Messer has some of them promos, but they didn't put it on the TV. They cut them up and threw them down on the ground somewhere, but they ain't somewhere. If anybody has the footage of Old Messer doing those promos about not drinking and driving, send them on over to me, man. I can make some money off those bad boys. Now, the wisdom here is this gets summertime. Go outside, have a good time. Enjoy the time with your family. Have a good time. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. But always have them light beers with you, man. Have somebody driving for you. But always just be out there, have a good time, man. I'm going to get back to what I'm doing. You people have a good week. It ain't going to be as good as my week, but you could try. Old Master is the man. You know it. I know it. Be safe. Until next time, this is the Dave Dynasty Show. Another edition of Warner's Wisdom right here. The best part of the Dave Dynasty Show. I know it and you know it. I'm just kidding, Dave. Wink, wink. I love you, man. Now, I'm going to turn back over to Dave there. Y'all do your thing. I'm going to do my thing. Until next time, this has been Old Master, baby. Out here rocking and rolling.
Visit our friends at the Masked Republic. Go to luchaloot.com and luchashop.com and use the promo code DYNASTY for exclusive discounts.
And welcome back. This is Dave Dynasty, host of the Dave Dynasty Show. Thank you for listening today. Make sure, once again, you rate, review, like, subscribe, share. Tell all your friends. Tell your enemies. Tell your family. Tell everybody you know about the show. Tell them to support independent wrestling. Tell them to support independent podcasting. Tell them to support Indiana wrestling. We'd like to thank Percy Davis for being on today. Thanks, as always, to old Mance Warner for his wisdom and his participation on the show. Once again, you can go to davedynasty.com for all of our social media links. Visit it. All of our sponsors are there. And there's a link there to go to prowrestlingtees.com and buy a shirt. There's also links there for our Amazon.com affiliate, our highspots.com affiliate. All kinds of good stuff. You can check out all the old podcast episodes. If you do not subscribe to us on YouTube, please do. We are uploading lots of old WWA shows and footage and matches. And I'm also digging out of the closet some classic stuff from my past, and with Hoosier Pro Wrestling and Midwest Regional Wrestling, some things I've come across. You'll see those popping up over the next several weeks. So good stuff. Make sure you subscribe to us so you do not miss anything on there. We're also starting to upload just audio clips from the podcast. We're just pulling cool quotes, nice, great stuff, however you want to put it, out of some of the interviews we do. So watch for those and make sure you share those. We once again thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. And while you're out there supporting independent wrestling, go to a show, buy a shirt, support all the guys, but be good, be safe, be independent, and keep on growing. See ya.